So when the federal government decided to tell the state of Ohio, hey, you're no longer allowed to charge sales tax on Medicaid managed care organizations, this was kind of a big deal. It meant a loss of about $600+ million for the state in sales tax revenue, and it also meant the loss of more than $200 million for counties and transit authorities. Transit authorities, of course, being those such as bus services like COTA. Well, when it came time for the budget, the state took care of itself. The state passed a new franchise fee that raised enough money to cover its shortfall. However, there was nothing in the budget long term that actually covered the $207 million that counties and transit authorities were going to lose. This, of course, made those local officials less than happy. They have already been concerned about local government funding for years, and transits have long said that we don't put nearly enough money in this state into public transportation, and this would just cause even more problems. For COTA, we're talking about a $5 million loss per year in revenue, and that's not chump change. For the entire Franklin County, we're talking about roughly $12 million a year. So in the budget, Governor John Kasich made it clear he had no interest in making these local governments whole on a long-term basis. He did put in money so that, and the legislature, I think, increased it to make them whole for this calendar year, but nothing beyond that. So there was a provision put in to raise the franchise fee even further, so that local governments could also get their money for at least another 5 more years. Well, the governor vetoed that, and there's been concern that this new franchise fee would never really get approved by the federal government anyway. So there's been some talks about what to do about that. Well, the counties, some state lawmakers, the administration's been meeting, and kind of what the Senate Republicans came up with was this idea that, okay, we'll give you $50 million in January, perhaps another $30 million in July, and that's it. Take it or leave it. The $30 million would only come if the state budget is actually over estimates in terms of revenues and underspending. Well, the counties aren't real happy, but they're going to take it. The counties know that it's pretty much this or nothing at this point, and so they're going to take what could be up to $80 million to replace what is going to be a $207 million loss next year, and then they're going to get nothing to cover those losses going on forward. They're saying this is again going to cut into services, going to cut into transportation issues, public transportation being one of those issues that some people say is very key to helping low-income Ohioans get jobs and keep jobs. And so this issue is going to go away for now for this, but don't be surprised to see it resurface again down the road in some other fashion, because money is always a problem at the State House.